Don't you go speechless on me. Did you know about the affair or not?
Listen, I loved her, all right? She swore she wouldn't see him again.
Who was he?
A man she works with. I thought it was over. She told me it was.
Look, the guy was in New York the night she died, all right? We already checked it out. They must have made love that morning before he left.
Ever talk to the other guy or threaten him?
I never threatened him, never.
We might be okay then. We stipulate to the affair, keep the other guy off the stand. The DA has no evidence that Kevin was ever jealous enough to kill over this.
They don't need it. The jury will fill in the blanks for them.
I didn't kill her! All right, I can't prove this. I can't prove anything, but I didn't do this.
I want proof that you loved her, understand? Cards, letters, receipts, that you sent her flowers, gifts. The more intimate, the more personal, the better. We need to let people know that jealousy wasn't the motive. You knew she was unfaithful, but you were committed to making the marriage work.
Why do I have to say anything?
Why? Because the DA will. It's bad. So we want to get in front of it, spin it, make it work for us. Make sure we got a focus group watching me on American crime.
Focus groups are how we test our trial theories.
I want to see how the jealousy thing might play with potential jurors.
What? Yeah, why does he have to be such a jerk about it? Look, if I got charged, I'd hire Ron. And that's the nicest thing a lawyer can say about anybody.
Then why doesn't he try the case?
Do you like him? Neither do juries. Look, he's better in small doses. A little bit of Ron goes a long way.
Today our guest is Ron Trott, founder of the defense firm TNT&G, an all-star lineup of top trial lawyers and pretty good-sized egos, right, Ron?
Trial lawyers, TV hosts, we all got big egos, right, Suzanne?
Not as big as yours, Ron.
Look at that. The focus group is loving him.
So, this is your first big media case in a long time. Can you win it?
Better, the man is innocent.
Are all your clients innocent?
No, some of them are guilty. That's what keeps me up at night in this case. He didn't do it. He had no motive. The DA knows money wasn't the motive. That's why he's going to talk about sex and jealousy.
And you know this, Al, because you can read their minds.
Caitlin had affairs, but my client knew all about that.
What affairs are you talking about?
Caitlin caused pain in their marriage. Kevin knew that.
We want to try this case on the facts that have to do with guilt or innocence, not about personal issues.
What issues are you talking about?
Private issues having nothing to do with this case.
Private issues, Ron, it's a murder case.
Maybe we can sell this to a jury after all.
Tell a jury consultant to pick juries who get what we're putting out there.
Which is what exactly?
That a man can know his wife cheated on him and still not kill her.
It had to come out. I'm sorry.
Grace is gonna know her mom had an affair, her dead mom. Why did that have to come out?
If we talk about it first, it proves we weren't afraid of it, that we weren't hiding it. Just the way juries think.
Look at Ron, he's loving it.
The man's just doing his job, Kevin. He's doing it for you. Does he like it? Yeah, he likes it. He's good at it. You ever go to a great doctor? Those guys are the same way. You depend on them to save your life. You don't pay them to be your friend.
Listen, he's talking about my wife, her lover, okay? I would have done anything to keep this quiet, to keep Grace from knowing. I told you, we were having problems in our marriage, okay? But we were working them out. I'm not ashamed of that.
That's all Ron's trying to tell the jury, all right? Now, you need him. Like a guy with cancer needs a doctor. You need him.
And as much as the DA wants to besmirch her character, we won't do it. Kevin loved his wife, period, no matter what she did.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm an engineer by training, aerospace, but I'm not working right now.
Married?
I'm divorced.
Get rid of him.
No.
We're paying Miranda a lot to do our jury consulting. Why don't you listen to her?
I only have one strike left.
Use it on this guy. You'll never win the case with him on the panel.
No, I say leave him.
We did some surveillance. Took some photos. This guy's bad for us. Too smart, too analytical, too conservative, no empathy, and he's divorced. He'll resent Kevin because he probably wishes he could have killed his ex-wife to get her money.
She said pick Hispanic women. Does he look like an Hispanic woman?
What? Picking a jury is kind of politically incorrect.
Hispanic women, especially older ones, empathy levels are off the charts on this one. Kevin is being blamed for doing something he didn't do.
Stormer's already knocked all the Hispanic women off the panel. Now this guy could work for us. Our whole case is based on the head wound and everything else is just noise. Now a smart guy like this has a better chance of following what we have to say and convincing the others on how to vote. Your Honor, the defense accepts juror number 3.
And they say I've got the biggest ego. This is your guy, Tom. If he reams us, it's on you.
Thanks, Ron. Helps a lot.
This is not a good panel for you guys.
Again, doctor, if you could just focus on the initial trauma.
The initial head trauma, quite possibly eliciting secondary
Doctor,
splintering.
could you simplify this?
Which part?
All of it. Wait, secondary splintering, that's new. What does that mean?
The 2 hematomas can cause the appearance of 5 lacerations.
How?
But the physical composition of bone...
Simpler.
Skulls are matrixed bone.
Simpler.
Did you drop a watermelon once? It cracks all over like you dropped it a lot of times.
Hey, how'd the final pretrial hearing go?
Good. How preliminary with the mock jury panels?
Not great. I'm getting him there, Ron. Today, for the first time, he told me 2 head blows can cause 5 lacerations, which explains our accident theory.
You're kidding. That's great. So how did we do? Give me your results.
We tried our case using the accident theory 6 times.
Yeah, and so?
0 for 6. We lost every time.
That's okay. I only got to win once with a real jury. Right?
Finally, the day of judgment arrives for Kevin O'Neill, and we're hearing reports that the murder weapon, a golf club, has been found. No comment yet from the defense on this bombshell.
Comment on the golf footing. What's this going to do?
Luther says it's not true. The DA swears it's a rumor. They don't have the club, but who knows?
So what if they do have it? It wouldn't matter. I didn't do it. We know, Kevin. We know. Now look, take notes. The jury likes to see that you're listening and look confident. If we look like winners, the jury thinks we're winning.
When the judge comes in and we all rise, help us kick our table up a couple of inches, gives us a better sight line with the jury. Hey, every little bit helps.
You are our shadow jury. You're being paid to watch the case live from beginning to end as it comes in, just like the real jury. We'll follow what they think and make adjustments to what we do in court.
Which side are we on, anyway?
Doesn't matter. Watch the closed-circuit coverage, then we'll talk about the evidence and what you would like to see if you were the jury in court. Okay? Are the people ready to proceed?
Your Honor, the people call lead detective Joe Franklin to the stand.
Detective Franklin, you may approach.
And what did you find when you got to the house?
Blood was everywhere. In the pool, outside the pool, where we hit her, on the steps, on the pool tile. Everywhere. It was one of the worst beatings I ever saw. Her head was almost caved in.
Your friend hates our guts.
Now, Kevin talked to you the night his wife died. He didn't have to, but he did, right?
He told me what he said happened.
And you checked it all out, make sure it was true.
To the degree that I could, yeah.
Right, because that's your job, to find the truth. So you asked his little girl if he came in to kiss her goodnight. And then you checked the oven, make sure it was warm, proving that he made dinner. And then later you verified how much he was in love with his wife, how close they were.
Objection, compound.
Actually, his objection ought to be facts, not in evidence, because this witness didn't do any of these things, not one.
Your Honor.
Hey, if you want me to break it down and go over every little thing he didn't do, no problem. We got time.
Why don't we just stipulate that he didn't do the things you just asked him about and call it even?
Fair enough. No further questions.
I just have one follow-up, Detective. Was there a shred of evidence that anyone else was responsible for this murder?
No. From the moment I got there and saw him covered in his wife's blood, he was our only suspect.
Thank you.